Okay, this video is so long overdue. It's about starting this sketchbook. I started it on Easter Sunday of this year, 2024. And at this time it is May 3rd. So it's been a few weeks. And spoiler alert, I'm at this point in the sketchbook. So there's only this much left. So, which is great because pretty soon we'll be doing a sketchbook tour, right? So that's something to look forward to. But I didn't mean to let things go this long. We had a lot of things come up in our life. One of them being adopting a new cat, and her name is Phoebe, and she's a sweetheart. However, it's been a bumpy road trying to get our other cat to be friendly and not try to kill her. So it's been a little stressful, a little tense around here. In fact, when I started filming this, I had to stop and take a call from the vet because it's been 3.5 weeks or so, and I was like, can we get some kitty Prozac? We're doing a slow introduction with these cats, and it's just our cat Luna, who is a sweet little nugget, isn't taking kindly to this. Our other cat Ralph is like, whatevs. He's cool. He's chill. Luna, I don't know. It's almost like she's possessed. Things will be going fine, and then suddenly she will just flip and want to attack. So it has been, like I said, it's been a little bit of an issue. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. We're gonna get into this sketchbook and how I started it, how I like it, and all that jazz. So if you're new here, by the way, my name is Deb. I'm so glad you're here and that you clicked on this video, and welcome to me and my channel and the stuff that happens here. So I'm a full-time artist in Cleveland. I put out YouTube videos. I have a shop called Debbie Draws Funny where I make a lot of stationery, like funny, quirky, sweet stationery, stickers, mugs, tote bags, all that kind of thing. I will put all the links down below, and I'll put a QR code over here. You can scan it and check it out, and see if you dig my stuff. See if you want to maybe get a little treat for yourself or someone you like. Yeah. So without further ado, I say we just hop in and see what the heck has been going on in here. And then I'm gonna come back here at the end and tell you what has been going on recently in this one. And then maybe something else, something else, like some other sketchbook that showed up recently, and some new supplies that I'm gonna be playing with. So we'll show you that at the end. Well, when I come back, whatever, you know what I mean. All right, let's get into it. To give you a little backstory, we stayed at this beautiful Airbnb. It was only 22 minutes from our house, but it might as well have been an entire world away. Trying to cover up my kids' faces with different Seinfeld characters. But it was a cute little cottage right on a small lake, and it was called Eagle's Nest because there were bald eagles. These photos, I assume, were taken on the property. There's a couple photos of bald eagles around, and it was just really, really cute, pretty. And there was a downstairs that was fully finished, and they had a little record room, these giant crystals all over the place. Lovely way to spend a weekend and have some quiet time with family. We had a good time. We played Monopoly, and I made some art.
I started reading a great book that was on the bookshelf there. It was called The First Wife by Jill Childs, I believe. Oh my God, it was so good. I got hooked in. But yeah, anyway, that was that's what we were doing for Easter weekend, since we weren't going up to see my in-laws. But on the first, like within the first hour of being there, we saw this bald eagle that was sitting in a tree like right across the lake, and it was pretty wild. I gotta be honest, this may be very un-American, but I'm not a big bald eagle lover because I just don't think they're that pretty. Sorry, I think they're kind of ugly. But yeah, that's my opinion of that.
Used it before. Got on Amazon. No idea if it's gonna be any good. Ideal for watercolor, color pencil, ink pen. It is potentate? Potentate? I don't know. 100% cotton handbook, which is why, whoa, the very springy rubber band. But I wanted to get it because it lays flat. So that's what interested me. Let's see, does it lay flat? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That will lay flat. Yes, I'm talking to the camera. We're all together at an Airbnb. So this, oh, that is very thick. Wait, is that, so the first page has the paper. These are, that's pretty thick paper too, so this is pretty nice.
Okay, I said I wasn't going to be dramatic with my new sketchbook. Like starting a new sketchbook, I was like, I'm not going through the drama that I did a couple of sketchbooks ago. I don't think I'm being dramatic. I just didn't love the final look of the painting I did on that spread. So I'm set up here on the couch. I was watching the Guide to the Unknown live stream. I just caught the end of it. And I know I brought out my cheap, horrible, water-soluble oil pastels that I got for $10 that, well, actually they don't really have a scent anymore. When I opened them, they smelled like decorative soaps or really cheap incense, like really cheap, like kind of like a cheap, dusty, perfumey scent. I don't know how to describe it. So anyway, after watching Sandy Hester's value study, or rather like a value tutorial, the importance of value, value being like the lights and darks, like light tones to dark shading and all that kind of stuff. I knew that my painting looked super flat. It was just something fun to do, but sometimes watercolors, even though these weren't watercolors and I was painting with water-soluble oil pastels, cheap ones at that, that it wasn't giving much life. It was just so flat and boring looking to me, which is sometimes the issue I have with landscapes that I've made in the past. So what I did was I sat down and I went at it with some oil pastels. And I will flip this over. I just feel like it has a lot more depth to it. Is it perfect? Is it exciting? No. But that's just my personal opinion. I often find when I make landscapes, many times I find them dull. Unless someone is using like really wild colors and I don't know, when it's way more saturated, I usually find landscapes pretty boring to look at. But this has a little more oomph to it. It got a little more zhuzhed up, I guess. Ooh, I forgot these. See how light that is? Now, this was the back. This was like in the back, and it was definitely lighter, supposed to be kind of mistier and a little faded looking because it was not in the direct foreground. This tree is further away than this one, which is darker, more close up, but I did miss those. But you can see the difference between adding like some juicy, fresh oil pastel marks. And yeah, so I'll show, if I can show before and after side by side, that's what I'll do. So let me hold this here and we can see the before and after and see if it's got a little more, if it's a little more interesting. I think it's a little more interesting. So yeah. Okay, so we left off here and I still feel like this is, you know, whenever I make a landscape that's anything somewhat representational or anything, I'm just so like, that's boring. That's not exciting. You know, I'm just like, I'm not excited about it. I'm just like, who cares? You know, it's not terrible. It's not great. It's very neutral to me. But I did some other things in here. I can't really show you what's going on here. That's still kind of a secret project, but maybe I should put you overhead, then you can see better. Here's what's been happening so far. We've got this. We've got this. I'm gonna skip the next page because this is kind of secret stuff. We had an art hang party. This was just about the cutest art hang party ever. It was the dog posters, the movie posters as dogs. And then we had a art hang party that was night scenes. There were some cool things there. I had the Eclipse. These are just some possible sticker ideas. A Draw Weird with Me. This was just a Pinterest photo sketch. This was the Live Draw Weird Things with Me. And then I've been having a lot of fun doing kind of mixed media stuff. This was gouache and my new wax pastels. So the Neocolor 2s. And, well, are they? Yeah, they're pastels, I guess. I have had mixed feelings about them so far because for some reason I had thought they were going to be more buttery, like an oil pastel, and they are not. They're not like that at all. They're more buttery than a Crayola crayon, but that's about it. And these are water soluble, so you can paint it, paint with them and stuff. But I do really dig how this came out. Especially love this Nosy Nelly up at the top, like listening into the conversation. And then the next day I did this. I did not love it when I first made it, but then I was just really slapping stuff around, and then it grew on me. Once I took a photo of it, I was like, I liked it better in the photo than I did looking at it in person. What is it about that? It's like it gives you a little bit of, it gives you distance. You're a little more objective to the image, because also sometimes when you look at a room, you'll be like, I don't see the mess. Then you take a photo and you're like, Jesus Christ, what's going on over there? It's a rat's nest. It's like you filter out and edit things out in your mind. It's really weird. And that's kind of what happened here. That was suddenly like, oh, this is better than I thought. So these two I really had a lot of fun making. This was an art hang party, figures, and then this is most recent, and I really love that. See, I'd like to do stuff like this, like a real big painting. I didn't like this at first when I made it. I was just playing around with putting some gouache in the background and doing the Neocolors on top because I was frustrated at how putting Neocolors on top of like a watercolor wash or gouache, I was like, it's not working for me. This, you could still see through it. It's pretty transparent, especially the white. And the white does not really go over other colors, which is quite annoying to me, but it is what it is. But now that I'm looking at, I do like the way it looks. I don't mind it so much, but yeah. So that's what's going on with that. But I started to have this weird guilt, which is, I probably could have finished this by now, but I haven't, because I started to have little guilty feelings when I noticed it first popping up when it really popped up this day. So this was a Saturday art hang party pop-up doing the night scenes, and we were doing these like 10 to 30 second blind contour drawings. At least these. I obviously didn't do those blind. This I definitely did. I don't know if I did that one. Either way, it doesn't matter. I felt immense guilt about wasting a page on these, like, what I would call throwaway sketches. Because I'm like, these are just warm-ups. And I almost didn't do the warm-ups because I was like, I don't want to waste this really good paper on it. You know what I mean? Does anyone know what I mean? I didn't mind if I was doing like a whole actual drawing on it, purposeful, but like I started to feel icky about just warming up. And then I'd gotten the Caran d'Ache, and then I had also I had these. These are I almost called them alcoholic markers. I kept calling them alcoholic markers when I first got them, and my kids were like, do they have a drinking problem? I'm like, no, they're alcohol markers. I got these from TJ Maxx. Some of you in different parts of the world will know it as TK Maxx. Why the K instead of the J? I don't know, but whatever. These are just a knockoff Copic marker, I guess, because I'm not willing to spend that kind of money on some markers that I don't know if I'll like them or not. But I got these for the heck of it. I think they were like $12. I got these for Christmas and I still haven't opened them. Because I was like, I know it's gonna bleed through, but do I wanna use, a sketchbook that has watercolor paper? It's gonna bleed through, and then it's like, you gotta paint over it, I just had an issue with that. So and then I also very recently, because I've had a hankering for some neons and fluorescents, and the funny thing is so has Ellie from Lazy Redhead. Oh, hi, Ralph. Hello, Ralph's making an appearance. Say hi. I've just been itching to use super bright, I'm always loving to use a super bright color, but I really had a hankering to get them. And it was funny because when I ordered these, Ellie was really starting to get into some fluorescence. So then I ordered an Art Creations, a Talon's Art Creations, because I already have a small one of these, but the paper it's cheap, it's junky paper. You can't care too much about it. Yes, it says you can use watercolor and things like that, but you really can't use a wet medium on this, not for more than 2 seconds. You gotta do a quick wash. So like I did this, but if you can tell, it started to pill up. I wiped a lot of that away, but I just really got this soaking wet, really went to town on it, and it started to fall apart. And it started to come through to this side. I did some cleanup here, but yeah, so I played around in here for a little bit to try and, and I felt a lot less precious. So I did a Scribble Brigade, a little bit of a Scribble Brigade with Sophie McPike in here, some drawings of our cat with a stuffed animal that she would carry around. And then this morning I did a Sandy Hester study. This is one of her paintings called Afternoon Snack. It's an oil painting. The values and like the way she really does an excellent job with like the values in her oil paintings. And I just, that is something I'm trying to figure out, how to better render values. So I thought this would be my mess about, play around sketchbook that I could do new materials in, do things like the not alcoholic markers, make a mess. The only beef I'm really gonna have with this, besides the fact that it cannot handle a lot of wet medium. Okay, Ralph, you have so many other places to walk around. Hello, hi, okay, but don't sit on my keyboard. No, it's gonna start typing things. Okay. So the only issue is this is an off-white paper. It's like, you might not be able to tell all that well, but when compared to this is practically yellow. It's a cream color. This is white. I prefer a white paper because your colors will really pop on white paper. When it's on a cream color paper, it kind of dulls down your colors, and I like my colors to pop off the page. That's just my brand. I really want to see those colors, in their truest form, and it dulls it down a little bit. I mean, you don't see that so much here, but if I did this on white paper, this would be way brighter than it is here. It's a lot more dulled down. So that's kind of why I got this, and that's where I'm at right now. Okay, so that's where I'm at with the sketchbook. Would I buy it again? Definitely. I really think for the money, for the size, the paper quality, definitely. I really enjoy using this for painting.
The Talons Art Creations, I think, is more for the I don't care, loose sketches, stuff like that, where I'm not feeling precious about the paper. That's the whole reason I got this, was so that I could just slap down mediums I don't, like I'm not sure about and I'm worried about bleeding, Only because I got a little precious with this. I got this because it was smaller. It was only, I think, 24 pages. So that's really 48, back and front. And then actually the binding of the page, the very last page is this paper glued down. So you could still use this entire spread as like watercolor paper because the paper's on there. It totally lays flat, which is awesome, which is what I wanted. I've been using, what is it? The Strathmore Mixed Media 500 series, which is 100% cotton, it's watercolor paper. It's thinner, I think, like the paper's a little bit thinner than this, or maybe it's about the same, slightly thinner, I feel like, than this. And it's wonderful. The only problem I've had with it is at this size, it does not lay flat comfortably. So this truly does lay flat. Like, I know, not at this very moment, but it does. Like you open it up a little more, it will. The binding on the Strathmore Mixed Media doesn't really allow for that. And then if you get the soft cover one, it like totally doesn't. You have to like break that thing down to get it to even just go whoop, whoop. It's still gonna have like a big valley in the middle. So yeah, so that's where I'm at with this. I'll be done with it soon, but I thought I would, just give you kind of like the real deal, what's been holding me back from finishing, why I needed to invest in a cheapo sketchbook with crappier paper so that I would be less precious, which I know a lot of people, that's why they get junky, low quality sketchbooks, for the purpose of like, I don't want to get precious in this thing. But since I do like to use a lot of wet mediums and paint and really lay on a lot of stuff, when I'm playing around, this isn't wonderful for that. And in the one that I use to travel, the travel size one I have in my purse, I only really use pen. I use a pen, that's about it. So I'm not using all sorts of mediums and stuff, but yeah, so that's where we're at. I hope this was, informative, maybe helped you figure out what might be holding you back from going in a sketchbook. I don't know. I don't know if that was even a problem for you, but I'm just letting you know. Also, did I point out that I am wearing this wonderful t-shirt designed by Marcy, our friend Marcy, aka Sketchbook Scheming. If you don't know who she is a friend of the channel, and we are a friend of her channel. Everyone who's here should be a friend of her channel and subscribe to her. She designed this because they went on a New Haven pizza tour. I believe it was for, I just whacked my elbow on that. I believe it was for her husband's, I think it was a work thing, but it was like they did a group thing of like going to all a bunch of different pizza spots in New Haven, Connecticut, which has some of the most primo pizza on the planet. Specifically Pepe's, if I'm being honest. It's the best. And I won't get to have any until June when we go in for my mother-in-law's birthday. We'll get some pizza then for sure. The melting cheese dangling off this little sliced pepper smile. And it looks like with the mushroom, like almost like a winky face in a way. It's very cute. I almost want to go back and see can I get a sweatshirt in this as well. It's very cute because I liked the line drawing and then this full color one. She had like both options. So I might have to go back and get another. So, okay. Well, I think that's all for now. Thank you for being here, for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to help me out and like the video and leave a comment and all that kind of stuff, it does help me out and I really appreciate it. And you're welcome to stop by my shop and check out some things. Yeah, but I think that's all for now. And I bet I will be touring this very soon. So we got pretty much a mini tour right now. But all right, I don't know why I keep talking. I could just end this. I make this painfully awkward and long. Okay, all right, thanks for being here. Bye.